Hey everyone, it's Liam again from Brazilian Beauty, and Georgie's just asked me to give you a bit of information on dermal fillers, and in particular lip filler. If you are thinking about getting lip filler, that's fantastic, but there is 3 things that I recommend taking into consideration just so that you get the best result out of your filler. The first thing is that not all filler is the same. I think there is a big misconception out there that 1 ml of filler is equal to every other ml of filler on the market, when in fact there are just so many different types that are all used in different ways to achieve different results. So just because you see one that's on sale or that happens to be cheap, it doesn't mean that that's the right filler to achieve the result that you're after. The second thing to consider is that each injector is going to have their own style. So it's about finding an injector that you're suited with and whose style matches the type of look that you're trying to achieve. Because if you're with an injector whose style is that fake look or that enhanced look, and you're after a more natural look, then you probably won't be happy with the outcome. And the third thing to consider is that there's not only one way to fill lips. Everyone's lips are unique, so there shouldn't be this one-size-fits-all approach. You want an injector who's going to assess your lips individually and then address your specific needs. If you keep watching the next couple of videos, I'll show you how we assessed Georgie's lips and then what we did for her. So it's been 5 weeks now since we put filler in Georgie's lips, and it's completely settled so we can see the final result, and we're both super happy with how it's turned out. Because when Georgie came in to see me for the initial consult, we spoke about what type of look she wanted and what we were trying to achieve, and she told me she wanted a bit more volume, a bit more size, but to still keep the lips looking very natural. I was obviously pretty happy when she told me this because that suits my style of injecting. I always want to try and enhance my patient's beauty, but keep them looking very natural. Because if people see my patients on the street, I want them to say, damn, that girl's got great lips, not damn, that girl's got great filler. Once Georgie had told me the look she was after, there was only one product that I recommended, and it was the premium filler. So it's got a really smooth consistency for a natural look and feel. I could have used a cheaper filler and it would have looked okay in photographs or when she wasn't moving the lips, but you really see the difference of that higher end filler when the lips are in animation. So that's when they're smiling or you're talking, the higher end filler just moves so much smoother and more naturally. So on examination of Georgie's lips, the first thing that we're looking for are her ratios. And the ideal ratio for lips is top lip 1 to bottom lip 1.6. Now Georgie's were a little bit too close to 1:1, so I placed a tiny bit more product in her bottom lip for her. The second thing that I'm looking for is what's called her cupid's bow, which is this area through here. And a nice youthful looking cupid's bow has high peaks here and here. And as we age, these peaks flatten this way and this way. So I placed a little bit of product in both of those for Georgie, just to give her those nice, high, youthful looking peaks. Next were her filtral columns. As we age, these widen and also flatten. Now, not that Georgie's old by any means, but she was quite flat through that area, so I did need to spend a fair bit of product building them right up for her. The next thing I was looking at was her vermilion border. So that's the border that runs around the outside of the lips. Georgie's were pretty much perfect. They were really, really well defined, so I didn't need to spend any product on them. The final thing to address before volumizing is any asymmetries in the lips. Now, everyone's got asymmetries, and Georgie had a slight deficit in the left-hand side of her upper lip. So I just added a little bit of product there to correct that. Then once we'd addressed all of Georgie's individual components, it was then on to volumizing, because remember Georgie wanted her lips a little bit bigger. When I add volume to the lips, I keep most of it in between the lateral edges of the nostrils. So in between here and here. And then I'm going to taper it off gently towards the edges. I'll then add a tiny bit of product to the oral commissures, there and there, just to give them a slight upturn. So that's everything we did for Georgie's lips, and I think we ended up creating a very natural looking and feeling youthful lip. But hey, you don't have to take my word for it, ask Georgie.